You know how the reception of Sonic games tend to change over time? Well, Sonic Colors is definitely no exception. Released in 2010, people looked at this game like it was finally another good Sonic game. Although looked back upon positively these days, mainly due to the characterization and ideas being way better than the ones from these days, Sonic was in a dark age. From 2005's Shadow the Hedgehog to 2010's Sonic Freeriders, it seemed like Sonic had nothing but bad games. You know, excluding Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Rivals, Sonic Rivals 2, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and of course Sonic Unleashed. Nah, all those games were excluded. Everybody knows Sonic 06 single-handedly defined that era. My point is, back then, everybody had their fair share of hating on Sonic. But then a couple of days after Free Riders was released, Sonic Colors came onto the scene. People loved it. It was called an extension on the daytime stages from Unleashed. They called it a masterpiece. Sonic the Hedgehog was finally on par with Mario again, 10 years later, and people f***ing hate this game. But why? What was once among Sonic's highest regarded games is now generally frowned upon by the fanbase. But this is my video though, so what do I think about the game? Let's just get into the review. Up first is the story. Dr. Eggman builds an intergalactic amusement park where the main attractions are these chained-up planets, because that worked well last time. Sonic and Tails go to the amusement park to investigate, but Tails just assumes that it's a completely harmless fun fest. It's Dr. Eggman, how do you think it's harmless? Eventually, Tails buddies up with this one alien, Yacker, and builds a work-in-progress translator in his tablet. It's not perfect, and it mistranslates a lot, leading into some wacky shenanigans and jokes. Sonic travels planet to planet destroying generators that Eggman built, eventually leading them to learn that Eggman's using the Hyper-Go-On energy inside of the aliens like Yacker, who are called Wisps, in order to create a mind-controlling device so the world bends to his will. Eventually, Sonic wins, Eggman loses, Eggman creates a black hole on accident, black hole is destroyed, the aliens are free, Sonic and Tails get to rest easy heroes, the end. The story itself is fine, it's a decent enough narrative, but you're not going to get through it without going through a bunch of lame ass jokes. Who am I kidding? This game obviously has the most elegant and prestigious writing in any Sonic game, such as calling Dr. Eggman baldy now. Okay, this bit's done. The writing in this game sucks. That's what I'm trying to say.
Call Baldy Nosehair.
Baldy Nosehair!
Back then, people would rat out the Hedgehog for taking himself too seriously and stories being too dark, which are probably arguments that you only heard when 06 came to be. Listen, 06 story was pretty bad. Except for Team Dark's narrative, that was pretty good. But that doesn't make stories like Adventure 2 or Unleashed bad because of association with a more serious tone. And while I did mention it, Unleashed did have a lot of goofiness, which never really bothered me. But this is just too much. Ken Pontac and Warren Graff, the people who wrote the story, get a lot of crap from the community, and I don't want to point fingers or anything, but these two just don't know how to write a Sonic story. My main problem with it is just how kiddie it all feels. Like, Sonic is something that's supposed to be enjoyed by everyone, not just exclusively kids. I've seen a lot of fans of Disney movies who are adults, and that's the same thing with Sonic. Overall, this isn't the worst thing on Earth. The gameplay is, it's alright. Sonic has a lot of moves retained from Unleashed, and he's decently satisfying to play as. Sonic Colors is known for two things, one being a game of just the daytime stages from Unleashed, and another being a 3D game with 2D parts in it. This game feels much more like a 2D game with little hints of 3D every now and then. But that doesn't really matter as long as the 2D sections are good, are they? Right? Are the 2D sections of this game? No! They're just blocky, boring, and just frustrating platforming. Look, I have nothing wrong with platforming in Sonic games. When it's done right, it's done really right. Look at the Genesis and Adventure games, for example. Those games rock platforming, with the exception of Sonic 1. So, what is Sonic Colors doing wrong? That has to do with the game's engine. The engine itself isn't bad, it just isn't made for 2D platforming like this. Jumping in this game feels extremely hit or miss. There's a weird sense of momentum and weight to Sonic's jump that makes it feel kind of awkward to control. But they did give him a double jump, and that sort of mitigates the problem a little bit. And the levels themselves are just, I'm sorry, they're not fun. And now's that time of the review where I ask the audience, which level do you like more? So, which one of these levels do you like more? Green Hill Zone or Marble Zone? Got your answer? Well, if you said Marble Zone, you're a fucking idiot. Some of these levels are very reminiscent of the slower levels from the Genesis games, specifically Sonic 1. And I'm just not a big fan of it. There's this one level in Sweet Mountain that particularly stands out to me. It has a section in the level where you're on a platform and there are 3 buttons or so. You stand on one of them to elevate the platform, but then you have to move because there are these things that Sonic has to avoid. This just isn't fun. You're just waiting, so what's the point? Why is this in the game? What the hell, I just want to go fast. Don't even get me started on the extra game line mode, where there are levels literally copied from Sonic 1 verbatim, like they knew this game's level design philosophy was similar to the original. But you want to know why Sonic 2 and 3 ditched the original idea? Because it wasn't fun, it wasn't working. Sonic is fast, I want to go fast, but no, we have monotonous platforming that just isn't fun! Oh hey, look, it's a 3D section. This is sort of fun, right? There are no remarkable 3D sections in this game. They're just linear pathways with a couple of obstacles here and there. Sonic Unleashed in Generations has the drifting feature, and so does this game. Whenever you see a really sharp turn in either of those games, you'll say, oh hey, I should probably drift, and then you go drift, and guess what? It feels satisfying. In this game, it tells you to drift, which is the only time you can drift, and I'm sorry, that's just not satisfying. It's just like, I don't know, man. It just, I don't like this. Anyway, there's nothing really to write home about this. Funny thing is, I haven't even mentioned the Wisps. Funny thing yet is that I haven't even mentioned the Wisps. That's right, the game's biggest selling point, and they're actually pretty decent. Finding a capsule with the appropriate Wisps inside allows you to use their power for a short amount of time. Laser allows you to zip through a straight line while reflecting off walls and blue diamonds. Drill allows you to dig through the ground. Rocket is self-explanatory. Hover is probably my favorite, where you can hover through the air and can even do the light speed dash. Cube is for more puzzle-oriented parts of the level, where there are these blue rings, and they become blue cubes, and these blue cubes become blue rings. This one is pretty lame, which is ironic because I would really love to get a plush at this guy. Spike allows Sonic to do the spin dash and climb up these ceilings and stuff, and last but not least, Frenzy, which allows Sonic to become frenzied. Yeah. Once you gain access to a certain Wisp in its first level, you can go back into previous levels and use them, and maybe grab one of the game's collectibles, the red rings. There's more red rings here than a broken Xbox 360. That is an out-of-place joke that I wrote in the script because I thought it'd be funny. Each world has 6 levels, and a lot of these are just, they're not even shameless about it. They're just trying to pad out the game. They're literally taking 40-second segments from other levels and making them their own levels with little changes. And I'm not talking about just getting through a level really fast. Some of these levels are literally 20 to 40 seconds. What's the point? And this isn't even me trying to go fast. This is just me doing the god. And the bosses aren't really anything to write home about either, but to be fair, Sonic's never been known for outstanding boss fights, with the exception of some. Some are easy, some are annoying, some are decently fun, but that's pretty much all I have to say. The majority of them kind of suck. Like, I hate these pirates, dude. It's stupid. In terms of presentation, this game actually looks pretty good. It's one of the nicest looking Wii games for sure, and I like all the worlds in this game. I love Tropical Resort's aesthetics. Sweet Mountain is a really fun world. The rave dance party place is visually appealing. Wooded Kingdom is pretty neat. And I like the Japanese sushi world. That's pretty fun. And then we have the Evil Green place. And I actually really like that. The final one is Terminal Velocity, which is 3 whole levels, but mainly due to a warm-up boss, the boss itself, and the second actual level, which could have just been part of the boss itself. I actually really like the final boss in this game. It uses some of the Wisp powers against the player, which is an interesting shakeup. The music in this game is actually pretty great. There are some really neat tracks here, like Aquarium Park. Anyway, that's enough being positive for today. It might sound like I hate this game, but in all reality, I actually don't hate it. I just sort of really dislike it. It's not broken like 06 or Boom Rise a Lyric, but it's just not that stand out for me. I'm actually sort of glad that this game exists because it did a lot of damage control to the series. And hey, if you know a kid that's into Sonic the Hedgehog, this might not be a bad game for them. It just isn't my thing. Overall, Sonic Colors isn't a bad game, however, it's not a game I can really see myself returning to anytime soon. Oh, fuck.